Hi, Bethel. I hope you are well today. I'm Miranda Powers, and I serve here as our Vice President of Student Experience. I'm here today to talk to you about our Covenant for Life together as you study abroad, whether that's this fall or next interim. A couple things that I'm going to talk about today are, does our Covenant for Life together still apply? I'm going to touch a little bit on safety, though I know that Zach Hill will be covering that as well. And then also I'm going to talk about some specifics of our Covenant for Life together. So I'll keep this brief, as I know that you're learning lots of great things today. One of the things I wanted to note is that in your study abroad manual, there's some really good guidelines about behavioral expectations. So please review those before you go on your study abroad trip. First, let me just say that I am so excited you have chosen to study abroad. Study abroad is an incredible experience where you can learn more about God's big world that He's created, the people who are in it, various cultures, the way other people do things. It's just such a gift. Traveling is one of my favorite things to do. And part of that is because you really get to see the beauty of God's creation. So I hope that you will relish in this opportunity and your chance to see how others live in the world and just different topography and different places. It's really an incredible experience. One of the things that I want to remind you of is that our Covenant for Life together really talks about our connection to one another in the body of Christ. As such, our covenant indicates that you not only represent yourself as you go abroad, but you represent each other. You represent Bethel and you represent God's kingdom. To some, you're representing Americans, right? So my challenge to you is do that well. Be respectful of each other. Don't put each other in tough positions. Know that it's not just your experience here, but somebody else's that has mattered, and that a lot of people are working hard to make these experiences possible for you. So honor that with the way that you engage this experience. The second thing to note is that safety is always our number one concern and priority on these study abroad trips. So recognize that many of you are going places where things just look a little different. Nightlife culture is different. It's really common for people to go out. Drinking ages are younger. Alcohol is just more an accepted part of the culture. So as such, you may feel like you're making decisions that are countercultural, but just know that some of these cultural norms exist in other ways. The other thing is, it's tempting to be in an environment like Bethel or the Twin Cities where you sort of know your way around and you think, gosh, you can walk most places in Europe. It'll be fine if I walk back here or somebody walks back alone. My challenge is, please do not do that. Even if it feels safe, even if it feels like a really clean city and a safe place, it's not always. Nobody should be alone or left to get back alone. Even if it's a hassle, you should stay together and in pairs. I heard a great study abroad story about people who were drinking a non-alcoholic drink actually in a bar and had something put in their drink and started to not feel well. So they did immediately what they had been told, which is they left the restaurant immediately and they went into a stairwell where they would be safe, knocked on somebody's door and went into a stairwell where they would be safe. And this student ended up passing out and waking up safe in the morning. So my challenges to you is, don't be scared of all of those things, but if you start to feel off at all, immediately leave where you are and to get to someplace safe, and make sure that you are always with another person so that you can get the help that you need. Many people wonder, does the Covenant for Life together around alcohol still apply in a study abroad setting? And just to be really clear, I'm going to read you a portion of our Covenant for Life together. It says, because of the special community nature of the College of Arts and Sciences and the ages of the majority of our students in the College of Arts and Sciences, you will abstain from the use of or possession of alcoholic beverages during the school year or while participating in a Bethel-sponsored activity. So the answer is yes, this is a Bethel-sponsored activity, whether it's a consortium program or not. There is a caveat to this. At times, you may stay with a host family or be at a hosted dinner where alcohol is poured for you, and it would be considered impolite to decline. My challenge to you would be to then accept the drink and drink responsibly. So have that one drink or whatever it is, as to not be perceived as impolite to your host family or to a hosted dinner of some sort. But I just want to be clear that you should not be hosting dinners for each other or pouring for each other as a way to sort of say, this is what we're doing. So I'm asking that even abroad, you would honor that policy. These caveats are very rare, but they do happen. So we try to address them. The other thing I would say is if you have history with alcohol in your family, sometimes we aren't aware of what other people's stories are. So it's important to just be aware of that. Maybe there would be somebody who would rather say, hey, this isn't something I'm going to do, even if it is considered impolite. And our job is to always support them in that. So support each other by making wise choices. And like I said, not putting each other in difficult situations. So again, I just want to end by saying our covenant for life together is about how we do things together, and we represent we, not just me. Safety is our number one priority, and also make wise choices about the moments where you could engage in drinking alcohol are very few. So please continue to make wise choices while you are abroad. I just am wishing you the best as you embark on this journey. I'm so excited for you, and I hope that you have a fantastic trip. Take care.